let us go real quick. Let's do some WWE. Some WWE talk for a little bit. What did you already watch Raw, Vic?
Yes, I saw most of it.
What did you think of Cody Rhodes and Cena?
I really like how Cody Rhodes came out of it. The one thing I'll tell you this about the John Cena, I think my biggest takeaway is that it's hard for me to take series as a heel, and a lot of it had to do with the way he came. It's just he has the persona to be able to be a good guy, a baby face, and
Yeah,
it's taking me a little bit of time, Fernando,
just
to get there, and it's
Well,
just
yeah.
the adjustment it needs to come for me, and it's just a little bit tough for me to get there with him. But yeah, like I could see it. Like there's like little breadcrumbs there of it. It's just it's a little bit hard for me to take him serious as a heel. That's the only thing. But
Well,
I
especially
did
when he
like the
still comes
promo.
out. My bad. Especially
No,
when he still comes out in the same ring gear. That's the part that's
yeah,
tripping to me. Like,
yeah,
my thing about him though is that he is right. There hasn't been anybody on the mic to be able to get him. Even Cody, like I told Dan when we were watching it, I'm like, Cena's comes out as authentic, off the cuff. He knows what he's gonna say. Cody seemed a little rehearsed, like, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, like, even Roman, as the tribal chief, has struggled with Cena in
well, you
like
got to
on
be
the
able to
mic.
sell it. It's the problem. You got to be able to sell it.
Exactly.
You can't
Like
make it seem like
I saw somebody on Twitter say The Rock in the early 2000s would have destroyed Cena on the mic. I'm like, no. The Rock back then relied on curse words, on some of this graphic stuff.
Yeah.
And Cena just does it because Cena was the doctor of like Cena wouldn't be able to do this if he wasn't the doctor of thugonomics. Because with rap, you have to be quick, you have to be able to rhyme, and you have to be able to think on your feet and freestyle. That's why Cena sometimes used to pick guys off in the crowd when he was walking by, and a guy would be like, "Hey, I want to freestyle against you." All right. And boom, he would go freestyle and he would destroy the guy. Like, didn't know anything about him, but he would still freestyle him and serve him up. So that's kind of where Cena got his mic skills, but it's just so damn true that like
I was about to say,
it's hard for anybody to go up against him.
Yeah.
I love the way he basically said, like, everybody says and it's what Dan's been wanting. I buried, like, everybody says I'm burying talent. I'm burying you. Like, I'm going to destroy you at WrestleMania. I'm going to retire. I love when he told him, you're going to have to go after your match. You're going to have to go into the Mattel.
Like the fans. Go to the
buy a belt because you're their champion.
Yeah.
While I take this one and
retire it. In all honestly, when you think of promo guys, the best one most people will come up with is The Rock. And in my opinion, in 2013 or whenever they had their WrestleManias, he put him up every time he served him up. Like it was a joke.
Because The Rock couldn't adjust to
The Rock needs a controlled environment where I think John Cena thrives in the chaos where it doesn't matter what's going on. Like he'll be able to figure it out.
And what was it? ECW One Night Stand. Remember, he walked in and they were booing the shit out of him because they wanted Rob Van Dam to win. And they started chanting "F.U. Cena," all that stuff. The crowds in during the European tour were awesome.
By the way, Vic, I don't know what you think, but like I keep telling for now, this needs to be a European, like, not company, but they need to do more. Like those crowds are so amazing, dude. All weekend, I couldn't get it out of my head. Roman Reigns. It was amazing, dude. Those crowds.
Vic, can you take this off real quick?
Yeah, I got you.
I got you, dude.
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it so much, dude.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Hilarious, dude. Put the ones up. Tribal Chief, baby. Tribal Chief. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
Wait, don't jump over to Roman yet.
I'm more excited for that match than I am for John Cena Cody. I think
I am.
This week was the first time they've had no one cares. He's a sellout. This is the first time they've actually had a good promo. The past 2 weeks, the promos have been ass, in my opinion.
I told
this
you
one was better.
They were saving
this
it.
one was better.
They were saving it for
I
London.
don't want to hear excuses. You got to sell the damn thing.
I
I'm
know,
not
but
sold on it.
the aura of it. The only thing I'm waiting for.
Don't you
Vic
dare!
and Dan,
Don't you dare use words the kids use today. No.
Oh, what did I say?
Aura. No
yeah.
thanks.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah,
Yes.
because you're a loser
fuck.
apparently.
Jeez, wow. Being
Tic
I
Tacs.
thought Hilberto's the one with the shovel. I was waiting. I'm still waiting for him to say, Cody, the only reason why you won that championship is because we all came out and won it for you. Like, we all distracted. Like, I'm
Dude,
waiting for that. They need to use that.
Between that and bury the crowd with Hogan. Like, I
Well,
don't
yeah.
care. I'm not talking about the extra stuff. I'm talking about they used to love Hogan and cheer him every time he came back. Now they boo the piss out of him. Like, that's
Well,
a perfect opportunity.
And that's what I mean. Like, I'm still waiting for him to mention that. Like, hey, you only won that championship because we all came out and helped you win it. Like, you were basically the WWE's charity case last year. You were a Make-A-Wish kid, and I was granting another Make-A-Wish. Like that. Like, he needs to bury Make-A-Wish, like, to really get over. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he's still going to grant wishes and everything, but bury the shit out of Make-A-Wish and be like, Cody, last year you were my Make-A-Wish and I granted your, so add another tally on to how many I've done. And I think that would really get the crowd pissed and it would really get people fired up.
I was just going to.
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. No. I've been talking too much. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think one of the things, going back to why a lot of these guys kind of struggle with some of these promos and why they can't stay with Cena is one thing I would advise, and I don't know if they do this, but I would if I was any wrestler right now, like trying to make it big, is take some improv classes.
Roman did. They had to send Roman to go do that in 20 after being served up by Cena. No, before he went up against Cena, they sent him to go do classes allegedly. And then Roman came in, he didn't do well. And then they're like, all right, go back out there. But that's back in 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, because it helps you. Like, it helps you freestyle. Like when you, and this is not about rapping. It's just about being able to, like, hey, when someone is on the mic, you can think about it right away and you can kind of pivot and be able to challenge them. And I think this is where, that's why a lot of these guys have kind of turned into acting. I mean, look at Batista. He's taken his craft seriously, and he's turned himself into a great actor. Part of it has to do with that too.
No, I completely, I definitely agree. The other thing is that I think we're kind of teasing Cody Rhodes heel turn. The way they've been kind of doing it, they're kind of teasing a Cody Rhodes heel turn. And I think we could see potentially before the year's over, Cena babyface versus heel Cody Rhodes. And that's what I'd be interested in.
Because he's bitter because he lost. That'd be funny.
Like I could see him switch and do something like that. Again, I'm a little frustrated about where the hell's Dwayne. Like, we still haven't heard
weirdest part.
What's going on?
That's the weirdest part.
So I think it's like Cena said, there, like he told People magazine, there's still a lot to come, a lot of twists and turns to come.
I hope so, because it just feels like, Fernando, and I'll say this to both of you guys, it feels a little underwhelming for us getting ready for WrestleMania. I mean, we're a couple weeks out.
Well, the problem is the heel turn happened at Elimination Chamber and Elimination Chamber to Mania is only a month and a half.
No, it was Royal Rumble.
No,
wasn't it Royal Rumble?
No, it was at Elimination Chamber. And then Dan's truth, Cena didn't show up for the first 2 weeks after he did it. So that's kind of hurt that.
I'm wasted. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
He was finishing a movie out in India, I think, or somewhere out there.
I wanted to say, okay.
No, go ahead.
No. I just wanted to go back to, Vic brought up an interesting point where he said it's hard to believe him and everything of being a heel.
No.
Like, I'm with you. Like, I don't know if he's trying to find his path without being Doctor of Thugonomics. You know what I mean? Because, like, I was expecting,
I just gave him the blueprint.
I was expecting something else, like, because kind of what you've seen, you're like, this guy is.
But it's only been 3 weeks.
Again, that's not a me issue. Like, they've got to sell it before WrestleMania, and they haven't sold it well, in my opinion. Like, it's really weird. Like, sometimes you see Cena out there and he's kind of like doing his bad guy
Cena.
thing, and it's like, okay,
Mr. Cena.
but like, but I
Mr.
don't
Cena
know.
to
It's
you.
just, it's not believable to me because I think it's hilarious because he's still in the same ring gear, rise above hate and all that other crap. Hilarious. But, you know, his promos, I'm like, there's so much like, I would
No,
have
this last
preferred
one was really
again.
good.
Okay, besides this one, I would have preferred the tyrant they always talked about, the disgruntled employees who got fired, you know, other things like that. I would have preferred that than a guy who's like, oh, the crowd turns on me and yada yada yada.
Yes,
And he sounds
Gaio,
like
we had football talk with football talk with Eric Williams for the
yes,
first hour
earlier
of
in the episode. Earlier in the episode, Gaio, we did have football talk.
Yeah. We got the
what was I
rundown
gonna-
here for you guys. So
Yeah,
we're at the WWE roundup now.
Exactly. And that's been my biggest problem where it's like, dude, Cena to me is such a, you know, not a Cena
Amazing.
guy, but here's my
No.
respect and my flowers.
We are a
to him.
John Cena family.
He can no, we're not. No, we're not. He can do
Dan has a
he's-
John Cena shirt. I've seen him in it.
I do not. Death before that. I'll give you that. What was I
And
going
don't forget
with?
to hit the like button, Gaio,
Yeah,
please.
Everybody smack the like button for us. Help us
Gaio,
out.
just real quick, we go over all the new rules in the league.
It's right there. It's right there on the. It's
Oh yeah, my bad. It's on
right
the
there.
rundown.
Right
Sorry.
there. Thank
Yeah.
you. Anyway, I just haven't liked it. I haven't liked his heel turn. I thought it was going to be a little bit better.
It's
It's been
amazing. I think
underwhelming,
it's
like
great.
you said.
I can't wait to see more.
But I'm not gonna lie, he still has the draw. I'm still gonna watch, like, and that's the only thing. Cold Dust is the best. That's a throwback. But you know what I mean? Like this Monday, I think was a step in the right direction. Like the problem with his promos for me since he's turned heel, there's good moments. Overall messaging, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I just don't get it.
Never.
But again, I think the promo between the triple threat, that's been more interesting to me. So
Well, let's go over to that real quick. Obviously, CM Punk had tears of joy when they decided to sign the
main event.
contract, and he's looking for the contract. And Roman's like, it's in there, don't worry. He's like,
I
and
thought
then
it was hilarious.
Paul Heyman comes over and has a moment with him, and he tells him, "You're in the main event of WrestleMania," and he just starts tearing up. I don't think the favor. So basically, he tells him, "Favor."
I don't think he should
check.
win.
He said,
Yeah.
"Favor, check."
Oh yeah,
The favor, and then
No.
he's like, "That wasn't the favor." And then everybody's like, "What the hell?" And then Seth, it was shown after that Seth started yelling at Roman about, "See what you did? You brought him in here. Now look at this, that." Back in 2013, I believe, Paul Heyman told him the first time that you main event WrestleMania, it'll be for a championship. And the first time that you main event WrestleMania, you're gonna walk out as a champion. Part of me still believes he's gonna be injected into that Jey Uso and Gunther match.
Is that on night 2 or is that on night 1?
I think they're gonna make that night 2. I think they're gonna make both championships, the men's, on the second night, and they're gonna give you those other matches on day 1 because obviously Roman and CM Punk and Seth Rollins are closing the show.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks that he's gonna pin Seth, and then the favor is gonna be Paul gets him into that match and make it a triple threat, and he walks out as the world heavyweight champion. You talk about underwhelming. That Jey Uso match, the most interesting part was Monday Night Raw where he busted open Jimmy and he beat up Jimmy. I still don't believe 100% that they're going to go into this match because, like, my opinion is that match should be a squash match. Like, they're just not in the same stratosphere, Gunther and Jey Uso, but it is WWE, and WWE, anything can happen, but for some reason, I just feel like they're going to inject CM Punk into that match, and that's going to be the favor. Because, like, the favor for him to leave Roman for him, like, that's not really, like, a big favor.
It's going to have to do with the title, probably.
It's going to have to do with a title, so I'm wondering what the favor is going to be. Because Roman's not Heyman helps CM Punk to win. CM Punk gets... Oh, yeah, there you go, Alex. Basically repeated what I just said.
I was saying... but a triple threat match for Paul Heyman. Winner gets Paul Heyman. That'd be funny.
Because then you can include Roman's feud with CM Punk even further. Oh, you thought you could just come in here and take my cousin's championship and then something happens between them because of it. Like, there's a
yeah,
lot you can.
reignite the bloodline. Because
Yeah,
the
you
bloodline
can-
right now, Loki is dead. Like,
well, for a little bit, yeah.
it's Roman on
But
his own, is what I'm getting at.
I just want to see. I just think that they're gonna interject Punk into that for some reason. Like, that's just my biggest, like, there's like something going off in my head saying CM Punk's gonna be thrown into that match just because it doesn't have enough juice. Like, there's just really nothing to it. Like, it's been the same thing. Gunter smashes Jey Uso the whole time, and then he smashes his brother.
Uso's
He goes
daddy.
into WrestleMania. Jey Uso
Yeah.
goes in there. He rolls up, pins him, or some distraction happens, and Jey wins. But
I hope not.
I just
think
think
Gunther should
you
win.
throw a huge curveball, but now see, everybody's bitching now because everybody's bitching about, well, neither one of the Royal Rumble winners is in the main event. I'm sorry, but Jey Uso and Gunter night one at the end.
You want to talk about underwhelming? Both women matches are so underwhelming. Like,
Yeah,
it's been dumb.
I thought the dumber one is the Charlotte.
That's no
Flair
shit.
and-
That's
and,
no
yeah,
shit.
it's been so I like this.
That one's really bad.
The whole thing, Fernando and Dan, like, it just feels like the whole
They're
card has
banking
been
on two matches.
yes,
They're
and
two
like,
main event matches.
Yeah,
and
the
I
whole
was
thing,
really excited
And
coming into the
Logan
Royal
and
Rumble.
AJ are gonna AJ and Logan are gonna go, like, they're gonna go off. They're gonna have a great match.
I'm
But it's
sure,
like the other matches, you're kind of like questioning.
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit.
dude. Like
My bad,
those are-
Vic. I interrupted you.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say it's just a lot of this is very underwhelming. Like, I like the and I don't know if we'll get into it, but the triple threat women's match with with Rhea and the other Bianca and
Io Sky.
so yeah, like I just been so underwhelmed. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's been interference or what's going on with Triple H. Like,
did you watch the end of the match or no?
with the referee stuff or
Yeah.
which
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she
See,
disqualified
that to
both
me,
of
like,
them.
I told
Yeah.
Dan when they put her as the referee, I was like, I'm calling it a mile away. It's gonna end in disqualification. Then they're gonna say, well, Rhea's gonna come out and be like, well, I never lost. It was a tie,
Yeah.
this, that, I should be in it. They're gonna have Bianca and Rhea go at it with her as the referee. They're probably not gonna add Rhea to it till the week of. And
right.
try and
It's
do
been
something.
bad. It's been bad.
It just-
It's
And
been
then what are
bad.
they doing with Roxanne too? Like,
she hasn't been anywhere. Like, I thought
she's over there at
Bayley.
NXT. Like, I'll be honest, I've been more interested in what's going on at NXT than I am with the main roster. Like, I don't understand what they're doing right now. And this is me coming as a casual fan, Fernando. Like, I'm not like a hardcore person. And then I've been more interested in the storylines that are coming out of NXT.
The third match that interests me besides those main two is when they're gonna do Dominic versus Finn versus Penta versus Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that's been exciting. Yes,
would be good.
That's gonna be great cinema. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts, Dom's walking out with that Intercontinental.
It has to be. It
They
has
keep
to
on
be.
teasing.
the whole
They keep
thing
on teasing.
with Dom and Penta, and he's like, yeah, like he gives him the chair, and he's like, go ahead, and then like instead he's over here trying to help Braun Breaker. Like, it's that you're right. Like, that's been probably the
Dom,
best one.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. But Dom is like such a draw. Like, Dominic has really
He's
grown
over.
into his role. It looks like he's about to take over the Judgment Day as their leader, which I think is smart. I think Dom is a huge part of what WWE is doing. Dominic is one of these guys that probably takes a lot more losses than he does wins, and it doesn't hurt him at all.
Yeah.
No. But like, it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody that thinks, oh, like, you don't think, oh, Dom lost last week and he should win this week. No, you're just like, dude, he's so good. He flips off the crowd. He does a bunch of heel stuff that really pisses him off. Yeah, exactly. Dominic is just at a point now where he could have a belt. He couldn't have a belt. Like, his persona is just so good that people are oh, I'm going to ride with him. And he's been masterful in his growth. And man, I remember, and I wrote that article a couple of years ago when I said people thought this kid was going to be a bust because he didn't go to NXT. He went straight to the main roster, and he was alongside his father. Ray fought Brock Lesnar, then Dominic interfered. That's how they brought him in. They were tag team champs, a bunch of different stuff. and then all of a sudden he turns on Edge or Adam or Cope, my bad, the rated R superstar Cope, and then he turns on his father, and then he comes out with like this douchebag persona, and everybody's like, am I gonna be able to buy it? Then you just buy it, and you're like, wow, this guy really is doing something masterful. And I think Dominic is up there. I mean, he trades Rhea for Liv. Now you have Liv commenting on Rhea was commenting on one of Dominic's posts. Like, now things have gotten really interesting. And but I certainly think Dom needs to walk out with that Intercontinental Championship. That's the match. The four of them, I think Dominic needs that belt, and I think you keep it on him for a while because.
Oh, I agree.
Part of me thinks that Dominic is that next superstar.
Let him go on a run.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's Dom's
Let him
time.
go on a run. Let him cheat. Let him do whatever. I think what they need to really embrace is Eddie Guerrero's side.
Yeah.
As soon as he wins a championship, lie, cheat, and steal. That's what he needs to do. Start throwing the chair up. Start like falling on the ground. Start doing things like that. Because he says like, "Oh, Eddie Guerrero's my true father."
Yeah,
do it then.
Yeah.
Do it. Throw the chair, throw the championship, fall down to the ground, like do different things like that. And I'm serious. You're gonna get to a part where fans are just completely, and I think fans are already bought in because they boo him no matter where he's at.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't wait because I've been calling for that. Dom's needed that push, like push Dominic Mysterio. It's time. Like that would be amazing if he won the Intercontinental.
What? And he's put in the work too. Like it's not like
he wrestled in most matches last year.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one more. Yeah, and I like this from Fitness. He says that would be cool if Rhea and Liv team up and beat up Dawn. Like
that's hilarious.
Yeah, and that's the other one too. Like, what are they doing with Liv Morgan? Like she's really popular, and she's not on a main on like she's gonna be a tag team. I don't understand what they're doing with the women's division.
Well, that's why, like, I thought it was stupid she lost the title to begin with. She was so white hot. Like, what are we talking about? Have her win that and the tag team, I guess. But like, come on, dude. You're. Well, I don't want to say sidelining because I mean, obviously, you're gonna watch whenever she's on the TV. I'm sure they're gonna have her put up the titles at WrestleMania. But
she'll probably lose them.
Who knows?
They'll probably lose the tag team and then have her go single and then try to see if they can do,
but even like that though, she's still relevant. Whereas now, like Rhea Ripley, I'm getting a little bit nervous about. I'm a big mommy guy, but like I don't like that. She can't be out of the title picture. Yeah. Like that's worrisome to me. Because now she's flirting Charlotte Flair style. And it's like I can't stand Charlotte Flair. I think she's so overrated. Good ability. Not good on the mic.
You know what? And she said in an interview this last week that if Cena beats her dad's record, she's just going to beat Cena's record.
I would stop watching WWE.
Triple H needs to really kind of step back and analyze everything because
her career is nowhere near John Cena. I'm not a John Cena guy, but no.
This could be a WrestleMania where last year's was just so good. You had greatness everywhere. This one, they need to be careful because they're teetering.
Like a pancake.
And that was the other thing that's kind of been frustrating too, Fernando, because you've been talking about like it. Like you had Tiffany Stratton, like her light was so hot at the time.
Dude, when she was here in San Diego, Dan and I were both there. Like it was like they were booing Bailey to cheer Tiffany Stratton. And now she's like, she's like I just don't know if I can beat Charlotte.
Like it's gone away. I'm like, what happened with Tiffany's?
Yeah,
like that's
Tiffany
why.
Time.
Like, yeah, I just.
Well, I mean,
it's bad.
Some of the things that Dan and I heard. Some of the things that Dan and I heard at the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you are kind of like, okay, you get it.
If she loses I was about to say the Super Bowl. If she loses at Mania, Tiffy, like it's a joke. Why am I even gonna? That's hilarious. That's how you're not dumb. You're sub. It's a joke. Like you just wasted an up and comer for a vet no one really cares about. In my opinion, like what are we talking about?
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. And I mean, there's other guys that they're just not pushing, and you're kind of like, okay, like this kid's about to come, or this new guy's coming in, Ray Phoenix. What are you gonna do with him?
Yep.
That's why, that's why I still say.
Allegedly, they just re-signed Rusev. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
what's
yeah.
going to be the plan with him? Then there's some other guys from AEW that they're supposedly going to cut, and WWE's looking at like, what are you going to do with them? Then you still have guys in NXT that are waiting to come up. So, and then obviously the 3-hour SmackDown is just killing them. I've said it before. They need to add a third show, a fourth show essentially, to kind of get other guys kind of moving and going because you need to feature everybody. So even if it's
I
an
like
hour
that
long.
Saturday. What is it called? The Saturday show?
Fitness, would you be down for that finishing move? Or no?
Hold on. It was like a fireball, and then it was green also. What were they called?
Saturday Night Main Event.
It was like
Fitness,
the one that,
hold on. WWE shows on Saturday. There was 2 of them. They were called no.
I just think they need to be efficient with their time and their storylines.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they're just spitballing. They don't know what's going to hit and what's not. You know, they're throwing away people who the crowd cares about. Liv Morgan's one, Tiffy's one, and it's like, dude, like you couldn't have brought someone else for Tiffany Stratton. Like that's I think what probably a lot of fans are frustrated by. Like Charlotte Flair's first pay-per-view back, and she's over here gonna win it all, basically. Like, what are we talking about?
I would have been more happy with Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton. Like I thought that's
Way
what we
better.
were gonna get.
Or
That
Alexa
would've been-
Bliss.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's another one. Alexa's back, and we're not even doing anything with
oh
her.
yeah, like, but that's what I'm talking about. Like they're wasting these types of people. Like, what are we talking about? Like
you,
especially my whole thing is like people were like, oh well, they couldn't make Liv win either one because it's too obvious or whatever. But it's like she's the one who's white hot. We're gonna hold her down because she's the only one who knows how to win over the fans, and these other,
Yeah. Well, and people love her. Liv right now.
And don't get me wrong,